out there. Really kind of sick of the negativity. You know, December 18th, I knew this was going to happen. I had no idea it was going to happen, but I knew it was. You know, Skywalker show up in The Mandalorian, and there's a small contingent who are totally enamored of the EU to the point they act like Westboro Baptist Church militant extremists, and they make it very difficult for anybody to like what we saw. Now I had a debate, not going to say with who, but when you use Kennedy's title, hey Dave, when you use Kennedy's title as proof that she still has control, a title is a title, doesn't mean anything. Again, burden of proof is on you. When you use her picture being in a picture with Jon Favreau in the front, Dave Filoni in the front, George Lucas in the front, and she's in the shadows in the back as proof that she's still there. In what capacity? See, your anger clouds your judgment. You're being too angry. You're blinded. You're blinded, Master Yoda. And then you totally ignore everything that people who have contacts, and you don't, hey, Wookiee Supremacy, how you doing? Hey, man, I haven't seen you in a while. What's up, man? How's Christmas? What's going on? You know, I can't take you seriously. You know, I've worked in politics. I've done this stuff before. I know what words mean. I love parts of the EU. I don't love it all. I love parts of it. But the devotion people have to it, to a point where they can't admit there's things that are wrong with it, and it's hurting the fandom menace. It's hurting the fans that are good fans. Okay. So I can't imagine, what they're saying about Robert Downey Jr. for permanently or just like for 2 weeks. Wicked Supremacists got banned from Twitter. So actually, I'm not going to say it. I think Maze would kill me if I said it, so I won't say it. You're not the only one. Dude, you can get back on there if you want. I can tell you a secret how to do it. I'm serious. I'm like one of the escapees. I'm one of their escapees. I know how to do it. Anyway, back to what I was talking about. All right, I'm sick of it. Well, dumb crap and who's Dave Pensack. Dumb crap as far as whose opinion is that. If it's a Twitter censors or some SJWs and it wasn't dumb, it's probably logical and full of reason and everything. And you probably ruffle some sensitive feathers, because, you just can't say that stuff anymore. That's what we got. But I don't know. Anyway, I'm just sick of the negativity. I really, really am, from our side. People like Ethan Van Sciver don't say we're winning off a hand. Midnight's Edge doesn't intimate that. Clownfish TV doesn't scoff at this stuff. And Jeremy at Geeks and Gamers doesn't say that without, So why so angry? Here's the deal. Even if you were going to get the EU, it wouldn't be the EU that you want, because you want the books verbatim. You're not going to get that. You're not. You might not get Mara Jade in a relationship with Luke. That's because George Lucas is standing over the shoulder of whoever's doing this, saying, no, that doesn't work. You guys are all worried about George Lucas. You would hate what he would have done with Luke. I know that. You'd have been mad. George Lucas ruined my childhood. There's a whole other contingent of idiots saying that shit without thinking. I don't say Kennedy is done and doesn't have really any power over what's going on at Lucasfilm or whatever. offhand because whatever. Here's how you do that. I've told people this before. If you look at the financials, it goes in through one ear, out the other, rattles around and goes out that way. You got to look at Disney, and I've said this before, but nobody wants to do it. They just want to be mad. Kennedy's still there. She's still. Queen of England is figurehead. Do you think she has any control over what's going on in England? No. Ta-da. You know, the burden of proof is on them, and they haven't proved anything. They really haven't. They want to believe it. They want to say it's real. They want to say that nothing's changed. And yet, every time I look around, Star Wars is different. Hey, Ezio. And it's getting better. Why? Not because of Dave Filoni, but because of Jon Favreau. It's very interesting. If you watched 3PO's, Drunk 3PO Jay's interviews with Gina Carano, she talked about Jon Favreau. Didn't say a word about Filoni. But every morning he would gather the cast and talk about what they were doing and what it meant. And he's a real fan. I don't give a flying fuck if he works for Disney. I don't give a flying fuck about that. I don't give a flying fuck. And Kathy Kennedy has a title of president of Lucasfilm. That is all meaningless to what he's doing. Okay? And you extremist Westboro Baptist Church members, freaks, can't get it through your stubborn, thick skulls that it might actually be better than the EU. Okay? Oh my God. Oh my God. It might. So, High Republic came out. Kathy did her introduction. I watched about 3 seconds of it and turned it off. I couldn't even watch it. We have a great still shot of Claudia Gray, which I'm going to leave on the channel just so you guys can laugh. Her hair's gone from fake red to blue. So hey, Mr. Pete, how you doing? Happy New Year, man. Mr. Pete's here. Some of the old school people. Claudia Gray is now a member of the blue-haired land whale crew. You know, Renfamous and Geek Girl Diva and all the rest of that crud ball, whatever, and Zoe Quinn. No, I'm not leaving YouTube. Why would I do that? I'm just done talking about the EU. I'm done. Here's the reason why I call this I'm done. I am done with people being assholes about what they want in Star Wars when they're getting really good stuff. They're going to get what they want in a way. And, you know, when you put out there the perfect is the enemy of the good, they freak out and scream. So I had to block somebody tonight. Oh, I lost the argument. No, bitch, I didn't lose the argument. Here's what happened. I'm sick and tired of going on my Twitter and seeing it inundated with negative crap about, of all the things to be bitchy about, Luke's scene in Mando. You know, but there's always going to be someone who wants to go over and kick the sandcastle over. All right. And it's like, can't we just be happy? Can't we? The last year was so shitty, and yet we have these people running around without any clue. I mean, all they can see is their own, what they want. And they don't give a shit about what's best for everybody. All right, what's best for the franchise right now? And what's best for the franchise is someone like Jon Favreau, not Dave Filoni. Dave Filoni's his wingman right now. You know, basically taking everything under his wing and fixing what's broken, which is what he's doing. Oh yeah, it did. And I think they meant it to, Ezio. I mean, you know, that changed everything. But here's what's going on. This rumor just came in. And oh, by the way, when they said there's a rumor out there that Robert Downey Jr. is talking to Jon Favreau, I was like, they're going to pick him for Thrawn. No, I haven't heard anything from Craig lately. Here's the thing about Thrawn. He might be playing Thrawn. There's another character he could play, Talon Card. If they're working Heir to the Empire into this, guess what? There is no sequel trilogy. They can't do it. I can't imagine trying to pull that off. Okay, I've said this before. I said this before in my earlier live. I'll say it again. Come here, everybody, sit down, gather around. What is being missed here? Yeah, but those are the two, Mr. Pete, characters that Thrawn was the one that came to mind right away. And if you did some CGI stuff and, he could actually look the part. But Talon Card's a good one too, and either one. But here's the deal. What are people missing? Come on, everybody, what are people missing from the end of Mando Season 2? What? I want to see, come on, I want to see some answers. Come on, guys. I'll give you a hint. What does the New Republic now own? Come on. You saw the show. You saw what happened when Gideon saw that it was Luke because he recognized him. They have they already have Coruscant. Yeah, they have Baby Yoda. That's a good one, Trilla. They have very funny Izio. They have Gideon. They have the Doctor, and they have what they were working on. Okay. Now think about that, because that was leading directly to Snoke. That was leading directly to this bullshit. All right? And no one saw that. All right? No one saw that. They've got everything, including probably Grogu's blood and tissue. Okay? They've got everything. I mean, they have the ship. And I'm pretty sure that Bo-Katan would let the Alliance or the New Republic go through the ship and take the intelligence they need. All right, so it's like, and yeah, again, right over their heads, crashing behind me, whatever. And if you don't think Grogu would tell Luke about what was done to him, he told everybody else. He told Ahsoka what happened to him during Order 66, for Christ's sakes. All right, so let's go on. Let's go further. So we've got all that, and now we've got this New Republic thing, and Kathy Kennedy shutting up and going, "And we're so proud of all this." 3 seconds into that, I turned it off. I hate her. We've got, Claudia Gray showing off her membership into the Blue-Haired Land Whales Club. Justina Ireland standing there like a great big slobby, cancerous, venomous, hated, fetid, racist, misandrous. And we've got, Daniel Jose Older spitting anger at Whitey. And we've got the two other idiots who are Soleil and Cavan, who are various levels of soy. I mean, this whole thing for New Republic, the High Republic, is a disaster. Well, yeah, they are. Well, guess what? There's at least one Jedi. And when Maze showed me this, I was like, that looks like Pablo Hidalgo, who, by the way, wasn't on the panel tonight. Things that made you go, where was he since this was all his little mastermind? The little fat toad. The thing about it, I saw some excerpts from this panel, and these people are so smug. They have no idea. They don't know how economics works. I'm pretty sure that in 3 months, let's say, some of the books have been out, they're not selling. Pablo Hidalgo is No, he hasn't. Why would he? Hey, you know what? Here's the deal. This is how I know things are changing. Gina Carano would never have gone on Drunk 3PO's channel if Kennedy was still running Lucasfilm. Okay, you know, this goes in through one ear, not the other of the people I was talking to. She wouldn't, and everybody knows it. We are winning. We are. Can I ask you a question, Lico? Do you think Gina Carano, if she was under the auspices of Kathy Kennedy, would be talking to Drunk 3PO? No, she wouldn't. You're right. Do you think Mark Hamill would be taking swipes at Pablo Hidalgo and the Story Group? Because that's what that was. In fact, those tweets were a direct face punch at what they've been doing for the last how many years? All right. She doesn't, I mean, but you know what? Some people need it written in crayon. They need Bugs Bunny to say it to them, and then they'll figure it out. All right. And that's just, that's just the way it is. That's the honest truth. That's what they need. And sometimes they're on our side. Sometimes they're people that you used to talk to. Thank you, Maze. Maze is in the house, my good friend Maze. Hi, man. So anyway, I know I was going on the wagon. We still have some around the house, so I figured I would wipe the slate clean. I did get over 10,000 steps in today, so. But yeah, man, everybody's here. Hey, if anybody can find Euler Greg, send him over here. He is a font of awesomeness right now. Anyway, I'm sitting here going, I don't understand the negativity. I really, really don't. And if you say, what if it's better than the EU? You get crapped on. What if it is? What if it is? I kind of roll my eyes and go, if you're so stuck in that rigid place that you can't accept that there might be something better, because hey, Echo Base channel, they did a thing where they were talking about the rumors, and they pulled an interview. Yeah, you're right, Maze. You're right. You're totally right on that. The bar's been raised. But Echo Base, I'm going to encourage you guys to see that last video. They pulled, it might have been, but I think it was the black guy that ran the social media for them, because it was outside of his cubicle. And he said, well, it was just a joke. Really? Just a joke? Lots of times jokes tell you a lot more about what people are really feeling than, you know what I'm saying? So guess what? You're fired. Sorry. Have fun and finding a job in California. Like I care. Yeah, I'm mean right now. But anyway, I want to finish what I was saying. Echo Base is talking about basically the Favreau verse, Filoni verse, Lucas verse. First time this was talked about was Mark Hamill in 1983, and he talked about George basically wanting to do Luke and all that stuff 30 years from them. And he talked about where Luke might be, and said Luke might be Luke, or he might be a different person. And then what struck me was very interesting is because Maze is here, Maze and I had this conversation. What if the sequel trilogy was a throwaway way to get money for them to start putting this verse, this Lucas verse together. And when the guys at Echo Base put this together, and it's going to be a multiverse, so guess what? The fucking disgusting, vile, puke-tastic sequel trilogy. Yeah, yeah, and you're right. And Maze is right on that. A throwaway, awful cash grab. But the sequel trilogy will still be there, but in an alternate universe. Okay? And, the people that like that shit, the 5 people that like it, will be able to be very happy and just, you know, beat off to Kyle Ron, whatever, and whatever. And the rest of us will be just chugging along, doing what we do. It was very interesting watching Gina. Drunk knows a lot about, I think, more about what's going on than we imagine. And he's not going to say, and that's a good thing. I love him for that. But there's a lot going on. Yeah, an alternate reality. And if they use Ahsoka for that, then they can do it. And they can just, go on with what they're doing with it, which is actually real Star Wars. And, oh, I know, Mr. Pete. Yeah, the 5 people that never saw 1 through 6. I've got a niece who's never read the EU. No, we haven't seen The Last of the World Between Worlds. And I looked at her and I said, if you want to see a really great character, yeah, and it might be, and I think it will. And what would really be cool is that final confrontation. It's Luke who does it. It's finally, he just, yeah, I mean, I could see that happening. And if they bring in Sebastian Stan and actually have him come in and they deep fake Hamill over it, that would actually work. I deep faked Harrison Ford over Anthony Ingruber, older, 45-year-old Harrison Ford, and it worked. It worked really well. You can do it. You can do it, and it would work. And we wouldn't walk away going, we'd be like, I think the coolest thing about the whole scene about Luke coming back was the same smirk on his face when he was smirking at 3PO, going, I think they think, oh my God, sir. I mean, he looked at Han and Han's getting all exasperated. And Luke is smirking. And then he smirked. I mean, just that, that was old school Star Wars. That was what we want to see. We want to see that. And I think it's really good for the people who didn't see it to see it. Well, why don't you use your divine influence and get us out of this? I used to do that all the time. I drive my friends crazy. We get ourselves into a thing and I use that, and Lori would look at me going, will you stop it? Just stop it. Anyway, but that's the stuff that people want to see. And like the stuff changing Galaxy's Edge. I bet you, sweet Bippy, we're gonna see the OT characters. We're gonna see these guys. We're gonna see these guys roving around, hanging out. Yeah, yeah. I mean, and there was a former YouTuber who got all upset. Well, he hates 3PO, and it's like 3PO is annoying. Oh, I know they are, Lico. I know that. They don't want him anymore. The sequel trilogy is dead. I mean, it really is. And that's the thing. And I want to ask you guys a question. I really want somebody to answer this. Yeah, it is canon. I mean, 3PO is annoying. I mean, I think there's a great opening scene where Han, it's an Heir to the Empire, I think. Han has got 3PO on the ship. Chewie's somewhere. And 3PO is going blah, 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 blah. And Han's like, and he has to be nice to him for Leia. And it's, it's character building, But I want somebody to answer this for me. Why are people so hell-bent on believing the worst? I mean, in our community, why can't they have any hope? Yeah, they're rescuing the franchise, and they knew it. Favreau is very deliberate in that. Oh, yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. But I really want to know is why do people insist that nothing good is going to happen? Why? And when you tell them to look at Disney's money, they ignore you. They tell you you're crazy, and they laugh and scoff at you. I mean, are people that stupid? I mean, maybe they are, but I want to know why they can't accept that there might be some good coming. I really, really want. Yeah, and I think, Ezio, you're right. I think people just want to be mad. Stephen Walton had a great thing when he was going after him too. I mean, yeah, I think you're right, Dave. They are that gullible too. He was going after him too. And I'm going to paraphrase him, but he kind of said this. After the shitty year everybody went through, can't we just be happy for 5 minutes? Do you have to shit on everything? Yep. Yeah, and you're right. Twitter likes are not money. And, you can scream and rant and rave. Why you'd ever scream and rant and rave about Luke showing up on that cruiser, I don't know. I'm like, I thought you were a Star Wars fan. I mean, if we get Heir to the Empire and we see the twins, I'm literally going to shit my pants. I will be like, because then you get the strong girl. Yeah, it does. It has problems. And if you can't admit it, then, you just, you need to reassess, you need to re-examine your life. It stuns me. It frankly stuns me when people get so incensed about that. I mean, I had to block somebody tonight because I'm like, I'm done. I gave you a chance. All you want to do is be angry. All they want to do is be angry. And, and I'm sick of it. I didn't block her because I lost the argument. I blocked her because I was sick of her shit.